Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. This is Channel Messages. My name is Kim. Let me introduce myself. We are in it, and by it, I'm sure you know what I mean. It is Monday, first of all. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope it was restful, restorative. I hope you had a 3-day weekend. I hope you was able to just relax as much as you can. Take care of yourselves, okay? Do some healing work. Resist, in a way that helps you and suits you. But ultimately, I hope that you were able to manage your stress, if you have any, okay? Today, I will be channeling Edgar, of course, my spirit guide, Edgar Cayce, and Benjamin O. Davis Jr. because, I don't know, there's something about the military I just feel like talking about, okay? I'm only going to, like I said last week, I'm doing 2 separate, so on Mondays. I usually post 2 videos, but I'm changing my schedule because Mondays are tough for me. It's just, it's hard to get into the groove on Mondays for me, so I would rather do 1 video on Monday and then do my readings from my cards on Tuesday, okay? Moving forward on Tuesdays, okay? Because it's just a lot. I don't know. It's too much. Mondays I need to... Anyway, it doesn't matter, okay? We're here. Thank you for those of you who showed up to my live. It supported me, and we're able to connect with one another. You guys, I just want to point out that I really appreciate this community. You guys really show up, and I don't know. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's very nice to answer your questions and read the energy and try to bring some levity and some lightheartedness to as much as you can, because we have a choice to either just be on the floor or try to bring some healing and peace to what we have to witness. Whether it's, what is happening with current events or in your personal lives. Okay, so I really do enjoy doing the lives. I'll continue to do them. And I hope you guys continue to show up. But it's really, I don't know, it's great. I'm looking back, June was so difficult for me, for a lot of people, energetically. It wasn't anything specifically going on, but it just felt hard for me. Everything felt, especially doing this work, and I was going to just, I don't know, I was considering not doing this anymore. But after some deep connection with my guides, and especially after figuring out, they gave me some really encouraging messages on what I should do. It really helped bring a lot of clarity, because I just wasn't enjoying doing that, constantly checking in with this, and what they helped me see what I needed to shift into, which is healing, and talking about healing, and still doing this, but shifting the focus a little bit, which really has helped me tremendously. And also connecting with, it's like every spirit guide I connect with, I feel a piece of me become some sort of wholeness, which is nice. And so ever since figuring out, when I first channeled with Edgar Cayce, I was like, wow, I feel really like we were on the same spectrum in terms of spirituality, and figuring out that he Because one of my guides have really done something to me where I'm just like, my confidence is boosted and I feel very elevated. So it's nice. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Share the process, but in sharing the process, I also want to really, when I pull cards, when I do readings, I still am going to, especially in the Q&As and, but really also focus on, through this chaos, shift into how can we heal and how can we be higher through this. Okay, so I'm excited. I hope you will continue to be here and continue to listen and give your feedback. I do see your feedback, guys. Especially when I channel, sometimes that's just what happens when I channel. Sometimes I go quiet. I'm literally having conversations, and I apologize for that dead air. I don't like it either, and I'm trying to, if you guys could give me some, I want to edit that out, but for some reason when I do use editing software, it takes so long to upload. I don't know if I'm just not good. I'm not good at it. So if you could give me some feedback there, that'd be great. I would love to edit and just still be able to upload in the 20 minutes that it takes. But when I use an editing tool, and I go to upload, it takes forever. And I just don't have I don't have the patience to wait 2 hours. That stresses me out too much. Okay. So there's that. All right. Before I get into this, everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged. And everything that's said in the comments as well is alleged. Okay. All right. I saw something. You see what Elon Musk is really trying to start a party. He started his own party, the America Party, right? So interesting. Listen, what I'm about to say might be controversial. Maybe not. That was very dramatic, but no, it's not controversial. Maybe. I'm in a space energetically where chaos is reigning, and I am kind of here for it because what I've begun to understand about this energy, like I said, July is going to be crazy. What I'm beginning to understand about this energy here is that chaos seems like it has to be here. Okay? And I'm not speaking of the chaos of people losing their lives. I hope those of you who live in Texas are safe. Prayers for those who have not and who have lost their lives is very, very terrible. And people are sort of looking and saying, like, you cut disaster, people trying to hide their hands, and so long as something is being done to help, that's what matters the most. But that passing the buck, that's going to be an issue. That's going to be an issue. But anyway, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, the chaos. I understand that the chaos, I just want chaos. Okay? I want chaos within the Democratic Party. I want chaos within the Republican Party. Things have to shake up. And it makes me think of the Tower often. Because I'm like looking at this stuff and they have this friction. There's a lot of issues going on within both parties. I'm looking at the Republican Party and things are getting bad. They seem to be getting what they want but it's always at a cost. And when I say, like, I want this chaos, I want to see how it plays out. I understand, I know that this needs to be here. This has to happen this way. This sort of self-destruct that's occurring in front of our very eyes. It's really heating up. The tension is both a lot and a little bit like, yeah. But listen, my intuition is telling me that it has to be this way. And it's also like part of my personality. Sometimes I like to see not destruction. I don't mean it in a bad way, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? Just let it happen. Start your own party, Elon, please. The thing about, I've read his energy so many times, and I understand he is the definition of a person, an individual who is chaotic. Elon Musk is very dangerous because he's a megalomaniac, and he wants power, but he also wants things to just be. He doesn't care about. He wants things to burn. Okay. Yeah, it's about money and power and all of those things we know already. But ultimately, if he doesn't get his way, if things don't go his way, he would rather see it destroyed completely. That's where he's dangerous. Very unwell. And so I'm like, okay, great. Sure. Let chaos reign here in these spaces, in the government. Not to say to the point, we don't have a government really. Federally, there's a lot of things that aren't being done and happening. I'm not saying it should to the point where we're already affected by things. The states are doing what they do, trying to either not take care of their people or take care of their people. It depends on the state. You know what I mean? Overall. But what I'm saying is, this is the shakeup. This is the warning signs here. We're seeing it happen, guys. The tension is building. The chaos is ensuing. Further and further. Keep it going, please. Don't temper anything. That's the energy we need for something to shake. That's what I feel. Do you agree? Do you disagree? How do you feel? Okay. Then the Epstein stuff. And they're like, there's no list. There's no list. And he was not harmed purposely. He did it himself. And I said that. And it's hard for me because I said that he would rather, and Epstein is not a snitch, he would rather, yeah, sure, he had information on other people, and I'm sure, par for the course, if he didn't, then he would be kind of dumb, but I feel in his energy that he would rather not be here than to be a snitch. He's from the streets, this man. He didn't grow up wealthy. Anyway, but they said that, and I'm like, that's weird. I don't know about a list, if that exists. That doesn't. Perhaps it did before, but it doesn't now. And people are like, no, they did do this to him, I don't know. I'll ask. I don't feel that. And then I'm like, they lie about everything, so But I don't feel, they're like, he's still alive. You know, some people saying he's still alive and all this. I don't know. It's not out of the realm of possibility. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, okay, so if they did that to him, then why is Ghislaine Maxwell still alive? You know, why is she still around? Because she was his number two. She knew everything. So that doesn't make sense to me, just logically, that she would still be. She holds keys too. She has all the tea, I'm sure. She knows absolutely everything. She was down for whatever. You know, she enjoyed doing that work. You know, that terribleness. So, and I really, you know, people ask me about it, and I'm just sort of like, I would talk about it, but I just kind of don't care. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because oh, we have the list sitting on our desk. Shut up. No, you don't. Stop talking about it because it doesn't exist. That's how, you know. And I'm not saying it never existed. It doesn't now. It doesn't. He's definitely not still alive. It's like, here's what I was just told. I don't even want to talk about this. But he knew. He was fine with this. It was a deal, you know? He knew. And he was absolutely fine. It was like, either I'm going to do this before they do this. Anyway, so there's that. Did a list exist? I'm sure a lot of information existed. I'm positive. Did they get rid of it? Probably. Any list they say they have or they reviewed is not the list. It's not real information. That's gone. But it certainly opens the door for people looking even deeper at things. And people talking about it. So they want to pull the attention from it because, yeah, it's an issue, list or no. List or no, baby. It's a problem for them. Okay? Okay, so there's that. You know, that's it. That's not important. That's not important. You would think it is, but they let him through. They gave him the keys, and he's a convicted, you know what? Convicted assayer. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Let's just jump in. I feel like I said so much, but that's okay. I'm using this space now to chat with you guys without cards, because I feel more integrated, and so it's nice. Anyway, so let's start with, I'm just clicking out some tabs because I have too many open, but let's start with Edgar. So yes, I'm going to do an invocation. First, I'm going to light the candle. Sorry about the fan. A lot of you said the fan doesn't even, you can't hear it, so I appreciate that. Okay. Lighting my candle to be closer to Spirit. I shall do the invocation. Edgar Cayce, seer of spirit and soul, I call on your wisdom and light and truth. Guide me with clarity and compassion as I seek insight into the timeline unfolding and a deeper response shaping our world. The deeper lessons shaping our world. May your words be clear, your presence gentle, and all that comes serves the highest good. Okay. He goes, I'm here. Hello. He said, hello, Kimberly. What do you have for me today? What do I have for you today? A few questions. I actually want to ask, because the last time I channeled you, you showed me an image. I can't remember what question we were talking about election stuff and truth and lies and all of those things. And you showed me an image of flowing water over rocks, right? Quickly flowing water. And you also showed me water receding, and you mentioned like a giant wave, and it has to do, and you sort of metaphorical, or even an analogy where it was like about, wave of truth or something. But I also here now I feel in my intuition that you were also telling me about, possibly it was a double meaning in showing me what was happening, or what was going to happen in Texas. Am I accurate? Yes, you are accurate, because there's truth there in that tragedy. He's shaking his head and he's saying it is so tragic. And he's also saying, I'm not sure if it could have been avoided, and that's where the truth is. And he's saying it could not have been avoided because of those who are in control of this, meaning those who have the power. He's saying this is he's so upset. He's very upset about it. It is very upsetting. That's why I haven't really been looking too much at too many things. He's saying this is tragic. He's saying because people will be looking for answers. He's showing me people, oh goodness. He's showing me people crying out, like hands up, like this. Crying. Asking for help, asking why this happened. He keeps saying there's truth there. What is the truth? That none of this matters. In the grand scheme, life is lost. That's more important. He's saying Republicans versus Dems. That doesn't matter. Someone has to take responsibility. Spiritually, this is a lesson to show what is the most important thing here, which is life. He said another word, but I couldn't hear. He's talking so fast. He's saying these souls are gifted. Are a gift. That's what he's saying. He's saying there will be a rapid response. And he's saying this will increase the chances of chaos. And he's also saying this is not over. This will happen again. He's saying, but the response will be different because they will have learned their lesson, but it will just add to the chaos. People will be angry. People will be angrier. Look for the next few weeks for something to shake loose. Okay. Okay. What do you think of my, I guess it's a theory or a sense about the chaos that it has to happen? He's saying it's a very interesting theory. Some say chaos needs to happen in order for change to happen. But there is a general state of order in chaos. He's talking about, what are those things called? Barrel. And he's saying it's like stabbing a hole into barrels. And he's literally showing me that. Someone stabbing a knife. And the water just pouring out. All these different barrels. And he's saying He's saying you learn how to plug up each hole. Quicker and quicker you do it. Because of the chaos. It teaches you. It's not wrong. It seems the energy calls for it. He's saying energetically we are here, and he's pointing to, what is that? It looks like he's showing me a volcano erupting. Just lava shooting up. He's saying lava can be destructive, but once it cools, it's beautiful. Things will cool within the next several months, but things will look upside down. Well, he said things will have shifted upside down. Is that bad? Or is that good? He's sort of saying it's all relative. It's all relative. I asked him, what do you mean by upside down? And he said, nothing will look the same. Nothing will look the same. He's saying it's all a matter of perspective and how you respond to whatever this will look like. He's saying things will have calmed. Well, he's he's saying things will have calmed by then. I believe several months, like what? He's saying 6 or 7 months. I'm hearing 6 or 7. He's saying, remember, it's so interesting because, well, interesting to me. He says he gives, a time frame. He does that, and he does it based off the questions I ask him, or he plucks them from my head. And he always tells me, he reminds me rather, like, oh, we're here though, we're not here. Remember, you have to get through this. Remember, he said, remember these next 2 months. That's what he said. Remember that. He said there's so much in between there, and in between those moments. Okay. What energetic shifts are taking place here in the US that we may not see on the surface? He said, I love this topic. He's saying, I taught you this. He's saying, let's say you have... Alright, let me listen first before speaking. Let's say you have layers of energy. Each shift that occurs, you go lower into the energy. You're still on the surface, but the energy beneath you is pushing you higher. Wow, okay. First of all, the energy that he's showing me looks like greens and reds and sort of like it's not fire, it's like a lime green, sort of bright yellowish with red in it. The energy shifts and changes based off of each situation, each behavior. each moment that passes. But what is happening to us what is happening is he's showing me this energy that is raising us, and this other opposing energy. He's saying what is happening is two opposing energies they clash catalysmically, he said. A catalysmic clash is the phrase he used. That creates something new. And he's saying this will happen very soon. And my question is, I don't feel that in the energy. Is it dangerous? He said no, because the energy is lifting us up. Higher is where we need to be. To reach this opposing, but he's showing me this sort of dark red with red lines in it, like tar. There's so many moments happening at once, he's saying. Smaller ones, bigger ones. He's saying we are we shift it. He's saying, I don't even want to. He's saying, Kimberly, it's already happening, and we have to be prepared for it. Because it could be scary for some people. But, he's saying, but you are here, like we are here, What is influencing all of this is, what is making this, why? This is my question. I get it, I understand. We have to go through this. I get that. What is influencing this? It feels like, that energy you're showing me, this like opposing force. It's crazy. You have noticed something about Donald Trump and his energy and his influence and how it affects people, spaces. I don't even like talking about him, honestly. He said there's something in his energy that anyway, he said there's something. I knew that, but I mean, it's not a surprise what I'm about to say, but he said there's something malevolent in his, in his energy, evil. He is used to spread this energy, his existence, his very existence. And people choose to be influenced by it, choose to spread that same energy. He's saying, do not worry about him. That's what he's saying. Don't worry about him. He's losing control. And let's move on. He's losing control. Okay. Are we on the right course as a collective? He said, yes, you are always on the right course. And he's saying there's so much good in the world. He always says, you know this. There's so much good in the world. I asked him what potential future is available to us, and he said, I can't quite yet tell you of the potential future available or the future available, but just know that it is one you can look forward to. Things will be uncertain for quite some time. He said even insane, but it will turn out alright. Okay? Alright. Thank you, Edgar. I'm going to end with that for him. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So let's channel really quick. I'm just going to ask him one or two questions. Going to channel Benjamin Oliver Davis Jr., not Senior. Okay. He was a general commander for World War II. He was, a commander for the Tuskegee Airmen. He became a four-star general. He became the 4-star general in 1990. I want to say 1998. Yes. He was advanced to a 4-star general by President Clinton in 98. He was the first African American brigadier general in the USAF. Okay, so big time things. I have channeled him twice before, and he definitely has his own gifts. Some things that he said regarding Pete Hegseth has come true to the light. This man is still employed. They're doing all these hearings, and he's, anyway, but I wanted to channel him because I don't know, someone mentioned him, but I've been seeing a lot of things about the military. I'm sort of thinking about the military. And so I thought, let's see what's going on. I just have maybe 2 or 3 questions I want to ask him. Regarding what are his thoughts about what is happening, what will happen. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna channel him and then set you guys free once I'm finished. Okay. Alright, so let's do an invocation. First, let me get some water. Spirit of Benjamin O. Davis Jr., honored leader, trailblazer, and protector, I call upon your strength, integrity, and unwavering vision. I open my heart and mind to receive your guidance for the highest good of the U.S. military, this nation, and all humanity. May your words flow with clarity, courage, and compassion. May this space be blessed, protected, and held in light. I invite your presence now. Thank you for your wisdom and your service. I'm not even gonna. He came in. I heard him clear as about. Oh, very fancy. I forgot he has a sense of humor. Very fancy, he's saying. You wouldn't have to do that. That's funny. Okay. He said, "It's been a long time. You have some questions. I'm ready to answer your questions." Okay. What are your thoughts? Where do I begin? What are your thoughts on the current? I'll just keep it open and let you. What are your thoughts on the current state of the U.S. military? Well, I am proud to say that there are those who still exist who wish to uphold the values and standards of the military. However, there are holes that are yet to be seen. Interesting. He said recruitment is down. He's saying the mission has been lost. But it can turn around. Okay. I asked him about Pete Hegseth, and he said that man is going to be fired, so he doesn't even know. He said fired so hard. As I've said before, he has no idea what he's doing. He called him a traitor again. He is a traitor, he said. He doesn't like him. He'll be found out. He'll be shamed. He'll be, what is the word? Shafted. That's what he's saying. He's showing me an image of Pete Hegseth crying at a news conference, he's crying. Interesting. He said that'll be his end. What do you see for the future? He's saying the military will stay the course. They know what they need to do. They know what they're there for. He said, yes, there are those, excuse me, yes, there are those who are extreme. But overall, there are those who are there to do what they need to do, what they are supposed to do. I'm not worried, he said. He said, just watch. There's nothing outside the ordinary, he's saying. But I can't hear. Hold on, I have to focus. There is nothing outside the ordinary that can't be done. He's saying, I need to really focus. He's saying their commander-in-chief, and he's saying is vapid, but there's something else he's getting to in the energy that I can't really get to what he's saying. Like he's saying it affects them. It affects morale. Like they have no respect for him. They have no respect for him. That's very. I'm not in the military, but he's like, he's emphasizing this. He's emphasizing this. How serious that is. You know. He's saying they would follow orders, but they also know what their purpose is, what they sign. They understand the standards and the code is what he's saying. He's saying using them or trying to use them against its citizens, against their citizens, is a no-no, he said. And he's saying, I wouldn't worry about that. He's saying the chaos of the government is almost separate from the military because they know what they're there for. Interesting. He said I wouldn't be too worried. He's very calm. He's very different from the other times that sorry to talk like you're not, but he's very different, much calmer, less angry, sort of just, watch things play out. It's, he's saying like they know what they need to do, what their real purpose is. He's saying they, they won't ignore orders, but it's hard to get things done when there's no respect. A lot of people will be dragging their feet. Okay? Alright. Thank you, Benjamin. I'm going to end here, guys. Okay? I'm going to blow this out just to sum things up. With Edgar, he gave some timelines. We talked about, he said this Texas thing is not over, fortunately. Things will look differently in 6 to 7 months. Things will be upside down. But look at don't forget these next, 2 months. Chaos. But we are going up. We're elevating. Okay. It is intense and very much affirmed what I have been seeing and feeling, looking at this. Let me know what you guys think. Like the video if it resonated with you. We'll be okay. We are coming along. I'm going to post moving forward tomorrow and pull some cards, talk about some things, focus on our healing, how to raise our vibration perhaps, and moving through this. That's the only way to get through it, is through it. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, comment. Okay, oh yeah, if you want a personal reading, you can click more in the description of this video and the link will be there, or you can email me moonlightenерgy15@gmail.com. okay, all right, bye.